I don't exactly understand. What's the problem with the ego? You're constantly relating to it negatively. A person without an ego is a person that's not developing. Untrue. Suppose you have a child. Would you like him to have no ego? What will he reach in life? He'll sit all day at home, not doing anything, not developing, not advancing. The ego is the engine of growth and our development. What you mean isn't the ego? A person that wants to achieve knowledge, culture, education, to see the world, to fly to outer space, go ahead. That's not called ego. Our ego is our evil inclination, the evil relations between us that I want to use the others, I want to suppress them, simply my desire to be a great person. And if by that I want to benefit humanity, is that also called ego? You'll call that ego? That's not the ego. Of course not. The ego, it means that I want to suppress you. I want to be above you. I want to constantly subjugate you. You call this urge that a person has Pharaoh. Yes. And the story is called Pharaoh? Yes. So Pharaoh, it's the king of Egypt. Mitzrayim in Hebrew also meaning mitzra, the essence of evil. So this urge, it exists in every person? Yes. What is it? It is a special force which exists in nature called the evil inclination, which causes us to treat each other in a bad way. And this is the only thing that it speaks about. We're not talking about a person's desire to develop. Why in the story is he called a king? He's not just Pharaoh, he's a king. Because he controls you. He doesn't ask you what to do, but he tells you what you have to do. In the story, it says that Pharaoh makes the Jews do hard physical labor. What is that? The Pharaoh, he tells them, you have to build, you have to connect. And when they want to connect, he incites them against each other and gets pleasure from it. Oh, wait a second. You said that Pharaoh is an urge, a special force that exists in a person and causes us to treat each other in a bad way. Right. So, when you're talking about the past, I can't exactly understand the meaning. You want to talk about today? Yeah. A person today, he is slave to a certain force that rules him called Pharaoh? Yes. Define this force. And what is that work that I'm enslaved under? There is a force in nature which is the force that's advancing us through evolution, so to speak, through the general development. It's the technological development, scientific, cultural, educational. That's the development. But inside this development, there is a force that causes bad relations between us. Egoistic. Where the only thing that I enjoy is being better than others, more successful than the other. That I suppress the other. I don't want to kill him or destroy him, no. I want for him to exist, but exist as someone little, humiliated next to me. For me to be Pharaoh over him. And that he'll have no place to run to. That I'll behave towards him in a bad way, and he won't be able to escape me, and then I enjoy. That means that in each one of us, there is a Pharaoh sitting there. This you understand? Think about your neighbor with his car. You want to suppress him. You want to control him. And for him not to be able to do anything against you. And you will behave in a bad way. And you will enjoy that he can't do anything. But really, like a small doggy, he'll do everything. and for him to suffer, that he'll want to come out from under your rule, but he can't. That's an even greater pleasure. This is our nature. I feel it really well. Not that I feel good or bad about it, but I feel it very clearly. You need a lot of awareness to see it. I heard the sentence that if you can't see your own shadow, probably you're not standing in the light, so you don't see your darkness. But mostly it's very hard for us to see this on ourselves. It's education. We have to teach a person this very simple, by the way, psychology from the examples of life, from the events of life, for us to teach them.